Welcome back to the continuation of our 21-day Matomo cloud tour. We're on day 3 and we're looking at the behavior reports. In the last video we looked at exit pages, so if you want to find out why a visitor is leaving or where they're leaving your website, that's a great report to use. In this video we're looking at page titles. So websites generally have a page title, and this might be a bit easier for you to read than the pages report. The pages report, although this website isn't too bad, we know exactly what page is what, but some content management systems create random URLs and it doesn't make too much sense what you're looking at. But if you look at the page title report, you can see the actual page title itself. There's no plus sign in this report because every page will be a unique title, so there's no facility for breaking it down into folders. Like all our other reports, we've got the thumbs up and thumbs down to let Matomo know whether this is a good report or not, and the archive time is available under the info button. Coming down to the report itself, we've got the transition report for that particular page, so where the visitor has come from and where the visitor has gone to after visiting this page, and we've also got the reload, so how many times this page has been reloaded. If this number is quite high, there might be a problem with that particular page where customers aren't feeling like they're seeing the whole page completely perhaps. Next to that we have our segmented visitors log, so we can see all the visits that contain this page title. And most of them will probably include some sort of e-commerce data because it looks like it's a dive store. If we scroll right to the bottom of this report, we can increase the amount of rows available we can see here. We can go through the next bunch of 50 visits. We can add the segment to Matomo, so if we want to limit the data across an entire Matomo to this particular page title, we click on this and it'll add it to the segments, which we will discuss in another video. And we can of course export this data in other formats. Check out my other video about using this tool to get the best out of it. We've got the page performance report, but this page performance report will not work with the demo data. By all means start your own Matomo Cloud trial to see the benefits of this report. It gives you a good overview of the bottlenecks on the pages in your site. And we have the row evolution. So here we can see over time the popularity of this particular page. Down here we've got some options. We can export this data as well to investigate offline. We can export this image if we want to email it to somebody else to have a look at. We can add annotations to the bottom of the graph, so if we made any changes to our website and we'll make a note of that, we can. We can change the period to day, week, month or year, and of course we can change the amount of days, weeks or months or years shown in the graph up above. If we want to compare this particular page title to another, we just click on pick a row to compare, and we can compare it to our next popular one, which is the checkout of our Divestone store. And as kind of expected, they are pretty close, because you would expect it to go from the cart to the checkout. You can of course go down to the bottom and view our other metrics. Scrolling down to the bottom of the report, we can adjust the amount of rows or how many page titles we can see at one time. We can paginate through these. We can search within the page titles, so if there's a particular page title in here we want to look at. So for example, we just want to look at the store. It'll return all the page titles with store in the name. We can export it. We can change our visualization, it shows us the goals and metrics pages, so we know which of these pages or page titles is the best converter for us. So importantly, we can see the e-commerce order conversions here, and of course the Divestone stores can be quite high. And we can view insights for the page titles as well, so which pages are starting to get more attention. For some reason this one is getting a lot of attention for some reason, so we could probably copy that title and search within our data to find that exact page. There's several pages on this website, so we could investigate a bit further. It might just be a new page, like it's just been published recently, and that's why the evolution has gone up for that particular page. Also down here we've got the related pages, so we can find the entry page titles and exit page titles. In the last video we were going entry pages and exit pages. These were based on the page titles, they were based on the page URLs. We click on those ones, we can see our most entrances have come through the diving jobs page title, and the exit page is a dive store, so people are purchasing stuff and just leaving from the cart. Well, we've even covered in other reports, and it's available on all the reports. I think if we click on the particular metric, the data below will be sorted by that metric. So here we can find our highest bounce rates, our longest time on pages, 13 minutes, it's substantial, and exit rate. So this is a great page for us. The average page load time won't be available because this is sample data and there's no actual real visits available to produce this figure, but of course start your own trial to see these metrics. So this page is great for us on this particular date, so perhaps we'll change the date range to a bit wider just to see if that still maintains that amount of time on page. So it goes back to this starter guide, which has got the highest time on page, 102 page views. So this is going to be a great page for us, and it's worth investigating what the website's doing right on here. It's getting a huge average time on page, very low exit rate, and no bounce rate. So that's definitely a page title worth having a look, and just see if we can replicate that across the entire site. And if we have a look at the transitions for that, all the page views do lead to the store, so that page is kind of your ideal page based on all the metrics. They're coming from internal pages and going to the store, so it's feeding on from the store anyway. People are looking at it and then going back to the store. So that report is a great way of investigating your website based on the page title. Next we'll have a look at site search.